we thought that we would revisit the home run goodness from a night ago, beginning with Brandon Boggs in the bottom of the first. First pitch is swung on and belted. Deep left field, it is gone! Brandon Boggs, a line drive, two-run homer. Out over the arch nemesis in left. First pitch swinging, and the Revs jump in front 2-0 here in the bottom of the first. Now Bridgeport would take the lead with a grand slam from Luis Rodriguez the next inning. Eventually they would lead it 6-3. First, though, another long ball from the Revs, Talvin Nash in the fourth.
The big righty steps in at first base tonight for York. Flew out to left field in the second. First pitch swinging. Talvin sends it deep to the left field gap. Talvin smash! One-run ball game. A solo shot for Talvin Nash, his fifth with the Revolution. And it's 4-3 Bridgeport in the bottom of the fourth.
But Bridgeport's lead would reach as many as 3 runs, scoring twice in the fifth. So trailing 6-3, the Revs began their comeback with a pair of runs in the sixth, and then still down 1, Nick Ferdinand stood in with 2 outs in the eighth. And aims from his windup. First pitch, slider is drilled, deep left field, game tied! Nick Ferdinand ties it up. First pitch swinging, he hammers it out of here. And it's a 6-6 game here in the bottom of the eighth. And the bullpen outstanding last night. 4 1/3 innings of one-hit ball. Mike DeMarc had a 1-2-3 ninth with a pair of strikeouts to eventually earn the win. And the Revs in the bottom of the ninth inning would load the bases and set things up for Sal. It was Perez with a leadoff single. With 1 out, Pounds had a huge hit that made it first and third. Actually second and third. He moved up on the throw. And then an intentional walk to Talvin Nash, which loaded them for Salvador Paniagua. First pitch, swung on and hit high and deep, left field. It's a game-winning grand slam home run. Salvador Paniagua out over the arch nemesis, and this one ends the night 10-6. As he runs into the mob scene at home plate. A walk-off grand slam. They tackle him to the ground. And Paniagua with his 3rd home run of this homestand. Tackled at home plate. He ends it in dramatic fashion on the first pitch. Just incredible, the second walk-off grand slam in Revs history. He joined P.J. Rose, who of course did it down 3 in that game back in 2009 that still gets talked about from time to time. So the Revs now 29-24 in the second half, still 4.5 behind Lancaster, who won 2-0 last night. The Revs tonight looking to take the first 2 in this series. They are also going for win number 600 in franchise history here tonight. What could they possibly do for an encore after that thriller last night? Time will tell as they get set for baseball coming up here in about 15 minutes this evening. It'll be right-hander Matt Neal making the start for the Revs. He's 2-8, ERA of 5.09. More often than not, he's turned in solid starts here lately, but looking to get into the win column at long last here this evening. Right-hander Corey Reardon will go for the Bluefish. He's 5-3 with an ERA of 3.87. Coming up on tonight's pregame, we'll have a chat with last night's hero. Salvador Paniagua joins us next. We'll get Mesa's thoughts on it coming up as well. First pitch tonight set for 6:30 here on a beautiful night here in York on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Want to learn to skate? Want to suit up and learn how to play some hockey? Come to the coolest place in town, York Ice Arena. Learn to skate programs are now available for all ages. For every skating ability, kids of all ages will learn how to feel comfortable on ice, how to stand, and perhaps most importantly, how to fall properly. Class levels range from beginner to freestyle, where you'll learn basic jumps, spins, and footwork. Classes are taught by York Ice Arena skating instructors from White Rose Figure Skating Club. No skates? No problem. Skate rental is included in your registration. Or get on the ice for our York Ice Arena hockey programs. York Ice Arena coaches will focus on teaching proper techniques needed for anyone interested in playing hockey. Rental equipment is available for beginning players, both boys and girls. So get on the ice. Learn to skate. Learn to play. Sign up now. Group skating lessons and beginners hockey programs are forming now. Plus, York City residents get a 50% discount. Register today. Go to yorkskate.com and click on program info. York Ice Arena, the coolest place in town.
WellSpan has helped many professional, student, and recreational athletes stay at the top of their game. And they can do the same for you. Our winning team offers everything from concussion management and sports nutrition to physical therapy and more. For more information, call 877-482-5420 or visit wellspan.org/sportsmedicine.
Get into the ball game with great savings and great weekly specials at all your favorite neighborhood family markets. Use your gold card every time you shop and you'll automatically receive your savings and rewards. And you'll get incredible deals on the new Best Yet brand products at Nell's, Saubles, Wetzel's, Chris's New Oxford, and Stauffer's Downingtown markets. So get into the game with some great savings at all your favorite neighborhood family markets. Always a hit and always a great catch.
Revolution!
Sure, you're counting down to kickoff, but there's plenty of baseball left this summer. The York Revolution have 14 home games in September, and it's easy for you to be there with the September 6-pack. 6 tickets for any remaining game at Santander Stadium this season, 2 parking passes, and a free $10 food card for ballpark treats. A savings of 25% over box office prices, plus $10 in free food, so head to YorkRevolution.com to purchase your September 6-pack. As Yogi Berra would say, baseball season ain't over till it's over.
Join me, Steve Zabin, mornings at 6 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Revs getting set to follow up a very memorable win from last night on Sal's walk-off grand slam. Salvador Paniagua winning it last night on that blast in the 9th inning. He was kind enough to take a few moments with us earlier this afternoon to discuss last night's heroics. All right, Panny, well, congratulations. Awesome win, awesome moment last night. What was your approach with bases loaded? Because I know there's a lot of ways that if you make contact there, you can win the game. What were you looking for, and ultimately, what was the goal there for you?
Well, first of all, I was talking with Polanco. He told me, hey, just looking for something, you know, like hang it and try to hit the ball in the air, you know, like bases loaded, nobody out. I don't think nobody out yet. So my priority was, you know, try to swing. I mean, first pitch, strike, you know, and that's what I did.
The offense in general, I mean, do you guys kind of feed off each other when it seems like in the second half kind of everybody has gotten it going, everybody's kind of turned it around? Is it a contagious thing and the confidence kind of spreads?
Yeah. We're playing way better in the first half, you know, like because, the first half was bad for everybody. So we know we can be better than that. So right now, in the second half, we play way better. So hopefully we continue doing it.
Walk-off home runs are special enough, but to do a grand slam to do it, what was the feeling like for you?
Oh, I feel great. You know, I think it was my first walk-off ever. I mean, grand slam, you know. I hit a walk-off before, I think so, but I feel good, you know, especially, you know, we was losing 6-2, something like that, but we came back, so that's great to win.
I mean, I would imagine as far as you hit it, you had to know it was gone as soon as you hit it, right?
Yeah, I feel like I made a good contact, so I know it's gone.
What was going through your head as you went around the bases? I mean, are you a little stunned at first and trying to figure out what just happened?
Oh, first of all, I was thinking, hopefully nobody jumping at me like Nash, those guys that's heavy. And I fall down, somebody hit me in my back. So, oh. And the second one was about the ice bucket. It's going to be a little cold, but it was fun.
I'm glad you got up, man. You were down for a few minutes. Did they get you pretty good?
Yeah. Somebody pushed me. I don't know who it was, but I always try to get out of the way. But that was good. Yeah.
And they missed you with the bucket, right?
Yeah. I think there was not much water in the pocket. It was a little more ice, but they missed a little bit.
Do you know who got it instead by accident?
No.
No?
Not
I think one of your teammates did, but yeah, you're right. I mean, Nash is a guy. Scooters and Simmons got hit with it,
yeah.
and you said Nash. I mean, you don't want to get hit by him. The guy on their team bounced right off him last night, right?
Yeah. He's very heavy, big guy.
So, obviously, the team here battling for playoff position. What's the mindset like these days? I mean, do you just kind of block all that out and take care of your own business?
Yeah, that's what we're doing every day. We come here and try to win every day. We try to keep the energy level. And right now, me, myself, a couple guys, we don't think about Lancaster. We think about winning every day. And we see the result.
You guys are such professionals. When you win a game like that, how long does the celebration last, and how long is it until everybody kind of calms down and you go about your normal business and get ready for the next day?
Well, like I said, we celebrate, the same night, but like today is a new game, it's a different game. So today we kind of try to go like 0-0 game and try to win tonight and tomorrow and see what happens.
Well, Sal, it was definitely one of the most memorable moments of the season. Congratulations on the big blast last night, and thanks a lot for taking the time.
Thank you, Dero.
All right, that's Salvador Paniagua, our pregame guest. We'll talk with Mace coming up next.
Nobody can turn your backyard into a backyard paradise better than Paradise Landscaping and Hardscaping. The outdoor pros at Paradise offer full outdoor maintenance, landscaping, hardscape design and installation. And when it comes to fall planting, mulching, and cleaning up fallen leaves, you're in luck, Revs fans. Call before September 1st to schedule your fall cleanup and clean up with 10% off. Estimates are free, fully insured. Call 577-6234 or check them out on Facebook. Paradise Landscaping and Hardscaping in York.
Payne doesn't take Sunday off. Neither do we. We're open weekdays 8 to 8 and weekends 9 to 6. Just walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics, 2319 South George Street in York, across from the Apple Hill Health Campus. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today.
It's going to be another epic year in high school football, and Sports Radio 1350 is ready for kickoff. Tune in every Friday night this fall for the high school football game of the week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Plus, go to WOIK1350.com for a full breakdown of the teams and the players of the 2015 York Adams League. The high school football game of the week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Catch the action every Friday night on Sports Radio 1350, online at WOIK1350.com, or download the WOIK mobile app.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Fans, it's time to go inside the clubhouse. For the latest on your York Revolution and tonight's matchup, it's the Broadway Transmission Managers Report. Now, here's Atlantic League Manager of the Year, Mark Mason.
Well, Mace, your team in this second half has had countless memorable victories, but to get a walk-off grand slam to win that one last night, that certainly has to go right toward the top of the list.
Well, that was a great win last night, and as soon as Paniagua hit that ball, I knew it wasn't going to be a sack fly. It was that ball was hammered, and I'm happy for him. He's swinging the bat really well right now. He's worked really hard all year, and sometimes you just have some slumps, but he has stayed the course, and he's really swinging it, and it's fun to watch right now.
When the situation ended up being bases loaded for him, what were you sitting there hoping to see?
I was hoping he'd try to hit the ball to right field, to be honest with you, because I think that's when he's at his best. And I was hoping that he wasn't going to try to pull for a homer, or try to pull the ball down the left field line, because I think that's when he's at his worst as a hitter. So he's been taking the approach of trying to hit the ball the other way. Obviously, the teams in this league know him. Louis Rodriguez, the catcher for for Bridgeport. They know how they're going to pitch him, and Sal pretty much knows what he's going to get when he's up there. So I was just hoping that he was going to be patient, and with bases loaded, the pitcher really doesn't have a lot of wiggle room, so he's going to have to try to get ahead of you pretty early. And I was just hoping that Sal was going to try to serve the ball into right field, but instead he served it over the wall, and then he got a big shower with ice water. But no, it was that was a fun moment right there.
Well, in the inning before, Nick Ferdinand had the big home run to tie it, and the way he swung the bat last night, he looked like he was starting to get back to his old self. Is that what you saw?
I really did. We've been talking a lot lately about approaches and things like that. He was, I think he was lost for a little while. He had a lot of success at the beginning, and then he started to struggle, and I think he was looking for answers from everybody and anybody, and sometimes when you're a young player, you get more confused than you understand. So we've been talking about some different things to try to do, and and I was happy for him last night too, because he comes in here with a great attitude every day. Hasn't played a whole lot in the past few weeks, but he still works really hard. Goes to the cage with Polo. They work on things. He works hard at batting practice. And so I'm always happy when I see guys with that kind of work ethic and that approach have success.
Any concrete reason as to why all 4 home runs came on the first pitch last night?
I don't know. We could talk about ambushing or whatever, but I don't know. It's sometimes as a hitter you have a plan. You go up here and you look for something, and if it looks really fat and good to swing at, you take a shot at it, and sometimes if it's not what you're looking for, you let it go. But sometimes pitchers in this league, pitchers try to get ahead with fastballs, but probably not as much as they should. You see a lot of 0-0 breaking stuff, which sometimes hitters chase and different things. But if you can get a cheap strike as a pitcher, you try to do that. But it was good to see. It was good to see Ferd and Panty, hit the ball well, and Boggs' home run was pretty good in the first inning too. That had potential to be a third grand slam, as you and I had talked about before. But no, it was a fun night, and and that was good. That's good for the guys this time of year. You want to blow off some steam, so when you walk teams off, obviously there's going to be a celebration out there, and they had a good one.
Well, and I know you'd like to save the bullpen until later in the game, but once again they were outstanding, and that's been a pretty consistent theme here for your group down there here recently.
Yeah, we try to put together a good bullpen every year. You can't. Your starting pitchers are never. They're not going to throw complete games. It's just not going to happen. So you have to have quality guys in the bullpen that can come in and either hold the lead, keep you where you are until the offense can maybe come back in a game, whatever it is. But the starting pitching, for the most part, Gailey has done really well, and Rami has gone deep into the games too. But our starting pitching, in order for us to get through the rest of the year, starting pitching is going to have to give us 5 to 6 innings, because we're going to destroy our bullpen at the rate we're going right now. So starting pitching has a responsibility at every level, and that's to eat up 15 to 18 outs, maybe more, keep the team in the game, and then when the situations present themselves, get to the bullpen. But going to our bullpen in the 4th and 5th inning on a regular basis is not going to be good, so we need to pick that up.
Mace, thanks a lot. Good luck here tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Revs manager Mark Mason on the Broadway Transmission Managers Report. As Matt Neal gets set to go, here is Bridgeport's lineup. Brought to you by Flying Feet. For the Bluefish tonight, it's Brian Sabatella in left field leading things off. Josh Prince, the second baseman, will hit second. Wellington Dotel in right field will bat third. The cleanup hitter is DH CJ Rutherford. Andres Rodriguez at first base hits fifth. Wilson Batista, the third baseman, bats sixth. Yudi Valdez at shortstop will hit seventh. Luis Rodriguez does the catching and hits eighth. And rounding out the order in center field is Ethan Chapman, batting ninth. Again, it's Sabatella, Prince, Dotel, Rutherford, Rodriguez, Batista, Valdez, Rodriguez, and Chapman for the Bluefish. Sabatella digs in. Our Dasher Investment Services first pitch tonight is taken down low. We are underway. 6:31 our start time. A very pleasant evening. The 1-0. And it's a high strike call from plate ump John Harrington. Sabatella hitting at 276 since joining the Fish. Pitch to him is flared at second, and reaching up is Gray. He catches it. One away here in the first. Kind of an inside-out swing from Sabatella, who hit a slicing humpback liner. Perez able to reach up. A little jump in his step as well. And a quick first out. We'll bring up Josh Prince. He's batting at 261. And Neal delivers. And a fastball over for strike one. Harrington, the balls and strikes. Fred DeJesus at first. Warren Nicholson at third base. There's the 0-1. And a fastball just missed away. Revs are in their alternate whites with the shoulder stripes tonight. As Neal fires and misses up and in. Bluefish are in the alternate jerseys that they wear. The word fish on the front, navy on the front, a teal panel on the back. The 2-1 and a line drive left center. Ferdinand moving over. He's got it lined up. Makes the grab. Hit hard, but catch is made with Ferdinand shifting toward the gap. 2 up, 2 down. Matt Neal coming in, 2-8, an ERA of 5.09. The Revs have won 5 of his last 9 starts, and he also has the suspended game in Southern Maryland where he pitched very well. Gave up just 1 hit and 1 unearned run. And that one, of course, has not been factored in yet. Here's Wellington Dotel, the league leader in hitting. And he takes a fastball strike. Neal getting a lot of these strikes up in the zone. I don't know that he would want to live there all night, but it is refreshing to actually see somebody call it. Dotel some pop as well. He's hit 7 homers. Pitch is down and away. Neal coming off an 8-3 loss at Somerset on Sunday. 5 2/3, 6 runs, 5 earned. The wind and the pitch. And a foul back off the right edge of the netting. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now kick, steals. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Blew him away with the fastball. It's a 1-2-3. Top of the first inning for Matt Neal. We've played a half tonight. It's the Bluefish nothing. The Revs coming up.
You're running cross country. No one understands how they keep score. Your friends and family don't understand why you do it, but you understand how it makes you feel. So does Flying Feet. Flying Feet. Flying Feet Sports Shoes has been supplying running shoes and apparel to Central PA's best since 1975. Their staff is made up of runners and coaches who understand your pleasures and your pains. If it's running or cross-country related, Flying Feet knows about it. And with the area's best selection of running shoes, running spikes, and running apparel, there's no good reason to shop anywhere else. Worried about prices? Didn't you hear? Flying Feet is a specialty athletic store without specialty store prices. Come see their selection of the best running shoes and spikes for men, women, and children. No matter what your size, your width, or your ability level, Flying Feet has a full line of running apparel and accessories. So run, don't walk, and talk running with a staff who knows. Flying Feet. Flying Feet Sports Shoes, 1511 Mount Rose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83.
I'm Alyssa. I teach 10th grade English.
And I'm Alyssa when she was in 10th grade at Connections Academy.
That was the year my teachers changed the way I looked at literature.
Our class discussions opened my eyes.
At Connections Academy, the great courses and personal attention really made a difference.
I'm more confident.
My Connections Academy teachers inspired me so much, I became one myself.
I better read faster.
Connections Academy, the tuition-free online public school for grades K through 12. Visit connectionsacademy.com.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
No score. Revs come to bat here in the bottom of the first inning. Set the lineup for you. It'll be Eric Patterson leading off as Corey Reardon's first pitch of the night is up high. Patterson hitting at .251. Leads off for the second straight game and looks at a high strike here. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Reardon 5-3 coming in, ERA of 3.87. The right-hander deals. And a swing and a miss, a changeup. It is youth football and spirit night here as we kick off football season. Fans encouraged to wear jerseys tonight. Staff members have done so as well. And players' favorite teams are on the board as Patterson swings and cues a foul down to Polo at third. They had a sign-up sheet in the clubhouse earlier this week for players to jot down their favorite NFL team to be the background on their video board image tonight. The Falcons for Patterson, who swings and fouls one off. Third base side, the Atlanta native. A little bit of sunlight in the outfield as it sets. Here's the 1-2 again, and that's down in the dirt. Reardon, a 6'4" righty from Connecticut. He fires home and misses up high, a full count. 29-year-old was in Taiwan earlier in the season. Well, the windup and the 3-2. Swung on, rolled toward the middle at second base, backhanded by Prince, and a fadeaway throw running away. It's on target at first. He throws out Patterson. Josh Prince, the smooth play up the middle, and the runaway throw was accurate at first base. Revs lineup brought to you by Flying Feet. Patterson in right, Wilson Valdez at short, Andres Perez, the second baseman. Hitting cleanup is Brandon Boggs in center. Brian Pounds, the third baseman, hits fifth. Talvin Nash at first base will bat sixth. Jacob Calderon will DH and hit seventh. Salvador Peniagua catching and batting eighth. And Nick Ferdinand is in left. And Valdez takes up and in. Now on the NFL team sign-up sheet, there was a clause in there that if a player didn't pick a team, they would be assigned the Buffalo Bills as Valdez grounds one to short. Right at Eudy Valdez. He gloves it and throws across to first for the out. As one Valdez at short grounds to the other Valdez at short. Now Paul Braverman was behind this, the football night signups, and he is a Bills fan, and that's why everybody else gets the Buffalo Bill logo smeared across their headshot. Polo refers to Paul as Buffalo for that reason. Here's Andres Perez, who's got the New York Football Giants on his image, and he takes a strike. Dre coming in tonight, hitting at .289, sixth in the league. 14 homers, which is tied for fourth. The 0-1. And he grounds it to short. Another play for Eudy Valdez. He's got it. Fires it across. And a 1-2-3 first inning. 3 ground ball outs for Corey Reardon. We'll go to the second tonight. No score.
Hi, this is Tom Dasher, President of Tom Dasher Investment Services. I specialize in retirement planning and strategies to meet individual personal goals. Whether you are looking for wealth accumulation or to maximize your retirement income. Oh, heck, this is sounding just like another commercial. Hey, listen, it's this simple. We use risk-free investment vehicles, whether you are looking to still build wealth accumulation or you want retirement income or a combination of both. It is all about getting your money parked in the place that will benefit you the most. If you want to do that, call me. My office number is 246-3879 or my mobile is 487-2096 or contact me at my new website at tomdasher.com.
Revolution! Sure, you're counting down to kickoff, but there's plenty of baseball left this summer. The York Revolution have 14 home games in September, and it's easy for you to be there with the September 6-pack. 6 tickets for any remaining game at Santander Stadium this season, 2 parking passes, and a free $10 food card for ballpark treats. A savings of 25% over box office prices, plus $10 in free food, so head to YorkRevolution.com to purchase your September 6-pack. As Yogi Berra would say, baseball season ain't over till it's over.
An invasive pest that's already killed millions of ash trees is bearing down on our communities. The emerald ash borer, or EAB, means certain death for every ash tree it infects. The good news is that you can protect your property's ash trees with help from Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. Our EAB prevention methods are effective, environmentally safe, and less costly than removing your dead tree, which is the only alternative to prevention. Learn more at heritagelawnandlandscape.com.
All about local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
No score. We head to the second. C.J. Rutherford leading it off for Bridgeport. Their DH cleaning up tonight and looks at a strike from Matt Neal. Rutherford in 2 games with Bridgeport is 2 for 8 at the plate as Neal winds and fires. And it's a called strike on the outside corner. Ahead, no balls, 2 strikes. Revs President Eric Menzer joining me in the booth.
You mean helping himself?
It's the pitch. And a foul back to the netting. What's going on, sir?
Well, Daryl, I just thought I'd join you for a few minutes tonight to talk about the home stretch at home, as they might say, for the 2015 season of Revolution Baseball. And
sadly it is.
Give the fans who are unfortunate enough not to be here tonight a taste of what's to come.
Pitch here is swung on and fouled back. Well, Labor Day weekend upon us, believe it or not. I like this football night, the youth football and spirit night.
Lots of fans wearing their jerseys of their favorite teams this evening.
Now Neal kicks, he fires, and it's in the dirt. Are you ashamed to wear your favorite team?
Are you busting on the Redskins, Daryl?
Why, yes, I believe I am. Good thing I didn't wear a Penn State jersey today. It's the 1-2. And that misses down and away.
There's actually in the last couple hours, the clouds have cleared out and the humidity has dropped, and it's like about 1 degree of football weather here this evening.
Now Neal deals, and a swing and a foul out of play, right side. And Rutherford putting up a fight. It'll be Rutherford, Rodriguez, and Batista, the middle third of the order here in this second inning. No score. Neal winds and delivers. And a swing and a well-hit ball, but foul. Rutherford out in front of it over the left field side. Well, post-game fireworks tonight, Eric. Beautiful Saturday night here.
That's right. And we've had great ticket sales today. Great crowd here tonight.
Pitch. And a foul back again. We've lost some baseballs in this at-bat.
We have. It's about $2.75 every one of those that goes over the over the net right there up onto the roof and becomes a batting practice ball.
And Neal looking for the put away and fires, and Rutherford lays off a slider in the dirt. Full count.
Well, Daryl, it is a beautiful night tonight, and we do have a great crowd this evening, and of course 2 games yet to go this Labor Day weekend. Tomorrow, the 5 o'clock start, and Monday with a special 5 o'clock start for the Labor Day holiday.
On the payoff pitch, down low, and Rutherford battles his way on with the leadoff walk. First base runner of the night.
Of particular note, Daryl, on Monday it is our annual Star Wars night featuring a plethora of Star Wars. You know, they call themselves reenactors, and I have to point out that, of course, calling yourself a Star Wars reenactor is kind of an interesting phrase since there was never an act in the first place, but they are Star Wars characters, and they do a great job for us.
Here is Andres Rodriguez, and he lays off a little bit low.
So that's at 5 o'clock on Monday, Labor Day, and that's a great one. Even though it's a school night with the 5 o'clock start, I would strongly suggest people bring their kids out.
And Neal, the 1-0 pitch, fastball crowded him in, but missed. 2-0. Yeah, I don't have a jersey for that one, Eric.
That's right.
Maybe a mask.
Maybe one of these years we'll have to do the Star Wars jersey. There are teams that have done those.
It's the 2-0. And a chopper foul, third base side.
And then we're back here on the 14th of September, a week from Monday to start that last 7-game stretch, which is going to culminate with just an absolutely huge weekend to finish the year. And it got huger the other day, I think, when we announced the Redland Little League replica jerseys that the team is going to be wearing on closing day.
Yeah, that is awesome. Here's the stretch, the 2-1, and a line drive base hit through the left side, the first hit of the game. And Bridgeport with their first 2 on here in the second. That might be a pro baseball first, Eric, to be wearing a replica of a Little League jersey.
Yeah, you know, there's no real way to research that, of course, but it's always possible that some professional team has done that to honor their Little League World Series USA champs from their home community, but it's not one that I know of, and it's one of the great things about community professional baseball. It's a great blend of professional baseball and community at its best.
Here's Wilson Batista. Pounds will come in at third. He swings away and fouls the first one off.
So that is, we can work backwards. That's closing afternoon now. That is, anybody who has tickets to that game, who bought them earlier in the year, please note that that's now a 2 p.m. start on closing day, September 20th.
It's the 0-1. Now he bunts, and he jabbed at it and bunted it foul off the foot or the shin of the plate on John Harrington, who has to hobble it off for a moment.
Right, so that's the closing Sunday. Again, 2 p.m. game, closing night, and honoring Redland Little League and the replica jerseys. That whole team will be here. We'll parade them and celebrate them and all the other things that are absolutely most appropriate for that really terrific group of I was going to say kids, but I think it more appropriate young men, young athletes who made York County so proud.
Now Neal checks back, he kicks, steals, and a swing and a miss. And he did swing through it, no foul tip on a slider in the dirt. A big first out of the inning here in a scoreless game, top second.
And a grin from Matt Neal as Paniagua walked out to give him a new baseball. I'm not sure what they were joking about. They're still going. They're still kind of laughing, and Panny gave him a slap on the back and sent him back to the mound. So I don't know if maybe they were crossed up and it worked out in their favor or what there, but there was something going on.
They have an interesting dynamic. I've noticed that sometimes Neal will talk to Sal in Spanish, and Sal will talk to Neal in English.
Okay.
As they go back and forth. Here's Eudy Valdez, and he takes a first pitch strike. So first and second with 1 out.
So that's Sunday of closing weekend. That Saturday night is one of my favorite nights of the year every year, High School Spirit Night. Always one of the great nights here at the ballpark.
Neal to stretch, couple looks back, fires, and a swing and a miss. 0-2.
And that sort of fits that whole community weekend spirit, Daryl, because, of course, that's when all the high school cheerleading squads from all over from York County will be out, and the ballpark will be just filled with young people all those great between-inning performances from those high school cheerleaders. It's always a great night, and of course we finish it with fireworks that night.
Neal ready. Here's the 0-2. And just off the plate away, a good spot.
And then the Friday night of that weekend, which would be September 18th, that's our annual Girls Night Out. And this year that's presented by the YWCA of York, a new sponsor, a new organization involved in that event with the post-game Diamond and Gem Scramble on the outfield.
Bling.
Bling in the outfield.
Neal to pitch, and a swing and a flare into center, a base hit. They will send the lead runner Rutherford, Boggs up throwing, and safe is the call. He slid just out of the reach of Paniagua's tag. Boggs came up with a strong throw, but it skipped just to Paniagua's left. He had to reach one way, then back to his right for the tag attempt, and Rutherford just got in front of it. It's a 1-0 Bridgeport lead. Pretty good pitch from Neal, down and away, but Valdez just went down and almost one-handed it into center.
Just watching that play at the plate, Darryl, you just thank your lucky stars that he did not catch Sal's arm the way, was it last season, I guess?
It was.
That very unfortunate, very similar play when Sal reached back and tried to make that sweep tag and got his arm caught up in a dislocated shoulder as a result of it.
Here is Luis Rodriguez, Bridgeport's catcher. He swings and pops up a foul out of play. Yeah, that was about a month that Sal was out of commission last year. He's really come on strong of late, and that win last night, I mean, walk-off grand slam, it doesn't get much better than that. There's the stretch from Neal. And the 0-1. Swung on, popped him up in the infield. Perez at second is right there. Hardly has to move and squeezes it. 2 down.
You know, obviously there were a lot of very happy, enthusiastic fans leaving the ballpark last night with the comeback, the game-tying homer in the 8th, and then the walk-off. And I said to them, you know, if I knew you people enjoyed this sort of thing, we'd do it every night. So, if only we could. If only we could. But, boy, what a great second half it's been in contrast to a tough first half. So that's why hope springs eternal even in the midst of a baseball season.
No doubt. Here's Ethan Chapman, the left-handed hitter, and he takes a letter high strike. Good to see the high strike in play tonight.
Yeah.
He is the K-man as tabbed this evening. Hitting at .250 for the Bluefish. The 0-1. Swings and pulls a line drive foul down into the Revs bullpen. And they follow Rami's lead. Bo just sat there, didn't even move as it smacked the chair right next to him.
Bunch of cool cucumbers down there. They have been cool cucumbers lately. The bullpen overlooked in last night's comeback victory was the job the bullpen did.
Absolutely. Here's the 0-2. Strike 3 called. Breadsticks as Neal marches off the mound. A fastball got him looking. And he limits the damage to just the 1 run. Shall we chat more?
We shall.
Bottom half? 1 run on 2 hits, 2 men left. We go to the bottom of the second inning. It's a 1-0 Bridgeport lead.
Broadway transmission? I don't know how they do it.
We've been in business for 60 years at the same location.
I don't know how they do it.
It's our long-term nationwide warranties.
Oh, and don't forget our online appointment scheduling.
I still don't know how they do it.
They toted my van at no cost with my repair.
It's our ATRA certified technicians. Don't forget the good-looking genius in the office.
Come on, man. I know they helped me with financing. Still, with my bad credit, I don't know how they do it.
I did my research and felt comfortable that Broadway is a AAA-approved specialty repair shop. I showed my AAA card and saved some hard-earned cash.
I was happy to get a $100 rebate in the mail after the job was done.
I sure don't know how they do it, but I do know they get it done, and they get it done right.
Broadway Transmission. We'll get your shift together and back on the road fast. Check us out on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
WellSpan has helped many professional, student, and recreational athletes stay at the top of their game. And they can do the same for you. Our winning team offers everything from concussion management and sports nutrition to physical therapy and more. For more information, call 877-482-5420 or visit wellspan.org/sportsmedicine.
For local sports on your smartphone, search WOIK at the App Store.
Bottom half of the second, it's a 1-0 Bridgeport lead as Brandon Boggs takes the first pitch strike. Revs President Eric Menzer joining us here this inning as we look ahead to what's become a brief remaining home slate as Boggs takes high, but a whole lot packed into it down the home stretch.
That's right. So I spent some time talking about the weekend. I should not neglect the fact.
Here's a swing and a line drive, golf to center. Chapman's first step was in. He'll drift back, though, and recover to make the catch.
That homestand goes Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the 14th through the 17th. We have library card night in there. We have our Fall Fest and Halloween preview presented by Burlington Stores with the Candy Chunk. We have a huge machine coming that does pumpkin chunking, and we're going to fill it with candy and blast it into the outfield after the game for the kids. So again, school schmool, right? Come to the game with your kids and let them scramble after candy blasted into the outfield.
Here's Brian Pounds as he looks at a cutter for a strike.
So that's on the 15th of September. The 16th of September is library card night. Great, you can get free lawn seats with your York County Library System card.
Pitch to Pounds, a curveball, low and away.
Or you can upgrade that to a field box ticket for just $4. So again, library card night, and then Irish night on the 17th, and then we head into that big final weekend, culminating with the Redland game on the 20th.
Here's the 1-1, and a swing and a fly ball foul down the right field side. This will find the Mezzogiorno Picnic Pavilion, 1-2.
You know, Darryl, I couldn't help but notice that it was Paul Braverman on the air last night where he got to pull out the Telvin smash that he's been holding in reserve for about 2 months now, looking for the chance to use it, and he finally got to bust it out.
And he's got one that nobody even sees yet in that suspended game.
That's right.
Pounds is rung up on a pitch away. So Reardon's retired his first 5 tonight. But yeah, Nash has that mystery smash.
That's right.
Still hanging out there. But this team's been so much fun to watch here in the second half.
They really have, and it really is evidence of why you don't give up on a season, particularly in a minor league situation where there is so much roster turnover.
Here is Nash, who takes down low.
And in our case, you know, the opportunity to make changes, and that's really in some ways more like a Major League Baseball situation, although it's more extreme even in our situation, but, you know, the opportunity to make those changes during the season.
Here's a swing and a well-hit ball, left center. Chapman chasing it deep onto the track. He leaps, it's gone! Telvin smash indeed. His 6th officially. It will be his 7th, and he ties it up. 1-1 here in the bottom of the second. Another long ball for the Revs.
You know, we're really going to need to get him a jersey that will actually stay buttoned across that chest if he comes back next year. Telvin is not a small guy, and I've noticed that whenever he'll come to the plate with the jersey fully buttoned, but one swing and the buttons pop open. So we have to work on that.
Busting out like the Hulk.
Maybe we have to sew him into it next time we wear the what I call the Rams jerseys.
Here's Jacob Calderon, who takes a first pitch strike.
Actually, you know, it's appropriate here on Youth Football and Spirit Night that we're wearing our closest jersey to a football jersey with the old Rams look on the shoulders.
That's true. Here's a foul tip back into the netting. We could go with football players sometimes wear the stick or Velcro, whatever it is, underneath so that defenders can't tug on the jersey and make the tackle. That might be what Nash needs to stay in his uniform when he hits home runs. There's a fastball just outside, 1-2.
It is interesting because he is the classic case of a guy that you would say never gets cheated on the swing.
Power alley 2 nights in a row. Here's a curveball and a strike 3 called on Calderon. But the Revs do tie it up 1-1 on Nash's blast. Eric, thanks very much. We look forward to this home stretch here this season.
Great. Thanks, Daryl.
All right, Revs President Eric Menzer joining us here in the booth. Nash, the game-tying shot. 1-1 our score as we head to the third.
Maple Donuts knows that there comes a point in every kid's summer when the feeling of unfettered freedom begins to fold up faster than a picnic blanket at the first drop of an unexpected summer storm. Charlie and his Maple Donuts team understand that all too soon, lazy mornings on the sofa, splashing in the pool, and weeknight sleepovers will be replaced by bus stops, backpacks, and morning announcements. But Maple Donuts says there's a bright side to the first day of school, kids. Because when you stumble into the kitchen that first morning, chances are you'll be greeted by Mom, enjoying her cup of Maple Donuts' famous coffee and sitting next to a back-to-school tradition, a box of Maple Donuts. And somewhere buried in that box, handpicked by Mom from Maple Donuts' 58 varieties, you may find that, yes, summer is over, but another school year may not be so bad after all. So for every kid coming to grips with going back to school, we say thanks, Mom. And thank you, Maple Donuts.
Maple Donuts taste right.
Joel's Painting and Contracting is a proud sponsor of the York Revolution. They are also a partner in the maintenance of Santander Stadium. Joel's Painting and Contracting is the highest rated painting company in York and Lancaster County. Now is the time to call for great deals on all of your interior and exterior projects. A community partner with thousands of happy clients. Hit a home run of Joel's Painting and schedule an appointment today or give them a call at 717-471-4273. That's 717-471-4273 for Joel's Painting and Contracting.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
One game as we head to the third inning. Good evening, Paul.
Eric's a tough act to follow, but at least he didn't leave me any earphone sweat here on the headset.
It's a rotating cavalcade of guests here.
On that note, you never share a headset with Daryl Henry. You work up way too much of a perspiration during the game.
Yes. Brian Sabatello leading off, takes a strike. Top of the order for Bridgeport. As Neal delivers, and a breaking ball misses low. It's those are sweat pores that have been perfected over the many years. It's the 1-1, and a breaking ball down low. Sabatello lined out to second his first time up. That was a really gross first three pitches that we've had.
Perhaps.
Now Neal delivers. And there's a fastball at the knees for a strike, 2-2. Might have a different tone on our Penn State reports this week on WOIK. The 2-2. That was right there, and it's called a ball.
Hashtag Temple Tough.
Don't you dare.
Still Pennsylvania. Boy, John Harrington's making a lot of friends on both teams behind the plate today, isn't he?
Yeah, how about that? Here's the payoff pitch, and a missed high and away. Well, he had him struck out, and instead he'll reach on a leadoff walk. I mean, ball three was right there. And here's Josh Prince, who lined out to left his first time. Ugh. Temple had 10 sacks.
That game go final?
Yep, 27-10.
27-10. That's a rather smothering effort by Temple.
First pitch to Prince is chopped to third, and Pounds spears it. Throws to second. The turn will get him. 5-4-3 double play. It was chopped, and Pounds had to reach and extend to his left. He was able to reach it. And with his momentum going towards second, he threw a strike to Dre, who turned it. And that leadoff walk erased. Base is empty with 2 outs.
Well, not that there's ever not a good time for a 5-4-3 double play, but if the leading hitter in the Atlantic League is going to rope a double here, I'm very happy to have it be with nobody on base. So that's a nice ground ball get there by Matt Neal.
Here's Wellington Dotel, who swings through the first one. He is indeed the league leader in hitting. Neal struck him out swinging in the first. 1-1 our score here in the third, and time asked for late, right as Neal was already in his windup. Here's the 0-1. And a ground ball off Neal. He'll scramble to pick it up. Fires to first. Out is the call. He recovers and gets him by a hair. A tough comebacker that glanced off Neal and slightly behind the mound, but able to recover and record the out by a hair at first. Turns into a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the bottom of the third, tied at 1.
Providing quality services efficiently and in a timely manner to its clients is the mission of the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins. GSLSC is equipped to handle any real estate transactions, leases, residential and commercial real estate settlements, zoning issues, and all matters involving municipalities. They are also experienced in the formation and operation of family real estate ventures that are tax sensitive to the needs of the investors. Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins is an approved title insurance agency and can provide you with title insurance and legal representation at one low cost when buying a home or investment property. Don't risk any real estate settlement without an experienced real estate attorney from the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins at your side. Phone 717-757-7602. They've been handling residential and commercial real estate matters in South Central Pennsylvania for more than 50 years. With mortgage interest rates at an all-time low, now is the time to buy or refinance. Phone 717-757-7602 today or visit their website, gslsc.com.
Revolution! Sure, you're counting down to kickoff, but there's plenty of baseball left this summer. The York Revolution have 14 home games in September, and it's easy for you to be there with the September 6-pack. 6 tickets for any remaining game at Santander Stadium this season, 2 parking passes, and a free $10 food card for ballpark treats. A savings of 25% over box office prices, plus $10 in free food, so head to YorkRevolution.com to purchase your September 6-pack. As Yogi Berra would say, baseball season ain't over till it's over.
York Sports on your mobile device or online at WOYK1350.com.
Bottom of the third, 1-1. Salvador Paniagua swinging first pitch. He chips a foul to the left of home plate. Up there hacking after last night's first pitch heroics in the bottom of the ninth. Revs last night, all 4 of their home runs coming on first pitch swings. I'm sure Corey Reardon taking that into account tonight. Here's the 0-1, and a curveball cut on and missed. Big slow hook from Reardon. Plopped it up there at 72 miles an hour. Now the wind and the pitch. And a swing and a foul tip squeeze. Rodriguez hangs on to it. And it clearly changed direction. That's a good squeeze from him. He and Paniagua have a friendly catcher-to-catcher chuckle about it. Reardon's third strikeout of the night. I'm going to bring up Nick Ferdinand. Great to see that Eagles logo on the video board. He is the resident Eagles fan here on this Youth Football and Spirit Night. Big home run from him last night. First pitch is in near his front shoulder, ball 1.
The longest tenured position player on each team is the catcher, Paniagua and
right.
Luis Rodriguez, so they have plenty to talk about and have been in their respective spots a while.
Now a bouncing ball softly to short. Yudi Valdez to it, fires to first and in time. As he moves in front of second to handle that. So the first time through the order, the only one to reach off Reardon was Nash on the homer.
UD. I see Udi. UD.
Here's Eric Patterson at the top of the order. Wonder how many people get your reference there. I do.
Hopefully in the late innings we'll see Judy pitch against Udi.
That would be awesome. Here's a fastball for a strike. Patterson a ground out to second his first time up. getting some hate messages about the Eagles. Here's a curveball swung on and missed. And the Bills, for that matter. Paul. Some Clubhouse listenership. There's the wine, the 0-2.
What's the problem?
Missed down low. The problem is Stephen Penny. He's a Chargers fan.
His logo would be on the video board if he could, get a bat in his hand. He should have asked Mason the lineup today. Could have given Telvin a day off and played first, and then he'd be up there.
Fastball high, 2-2. So Patterson would be one of 3 Falcons in the lineup tonight.
Yeah, the Atlanta area and the Atlanta Falcons are well represented on the video board tonight.
There's a little tapper to first base. Andres Rodriguez will have to use his pitcher, and Reardon is there, a step ahead of Patterson on the flip to end the inning. 1-2-3 go the Revs. We'll go to the 4th. Paul will have the call. Revs and Bluefish tied at 1.
Whether it's for sport, protection, or recreation, Spar Firearms is the best place to go for all of your firearm needs. With a large selection of new and used firearms, Spar carries an array of brands, as well as ammo and other accessories. Whether you're an avid collector, sharpshooting expert, hunter, or weekend enthusiast, Spar Firearms provides everything you need, no matter your experience. For the best in convenience, selection, and customer service, visit Spar Firearms, 6108 Carlisle Pike in Mechanicsburg, and online at sparfirearms.com.
Turn is on.
The Rich Eisen Show.
He is unbelievable.
Rich Eisen.
Let's go to the phone lines. They are lit. Catherine in South Carolina. Can I help you?
Yes, I am having emotional distress. I'm going to sue the Jones family.
Don't.
This is crazy. It's the most stupid, idiotic thing. The Jones are screwing this up. And I am sick. I've left work. I'm nauseous. He's strung us out on DeMarco.
Well, what about the idea that anybody could run behind that offensive line? Catherine, you don't buy that one?
No, it's family. He and Tony and Jason do everything together. He's family. I just started to be a Cowboys fan again, and happiness has just plunged to despair. What the Jones has done to my emotional state, they should be sued.
Don't go litigious on me here, okay?
This is the Rich Eisen Show.
Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports. First in York, first in sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Payne doesn't take Sunday off. Neither do we. We're open weekdays 8 to...
Top of the 4th inning. It'll be C.J. Rutherford, the designated hitter. Andres Rodriguez, the first baseman. Wilson Bautista at third. Batting 6th. Here to begin the Bluefish half of the 4th. First pitch swinging. It's Rutherford, who grounds it to Valdez at short, picks it up and throws him out at first, no problem. So tailor-made ground ball for Wilson. 1 pitch, 1 out here on the top of the 4th. Tie game, each team with a run on an RBI single by Yudi Valdez in the 2nd, and the Telvin Nash solo homer in the bottom of the 2nd, which quickly tied us up. And the righty Rodriguez steps in and a called strike. Over the outer half of the plate, 0-1 to the Bluefish first baseman, who singled it and was stranded at third in the 2nd. A long look in from Matt Neal, back to work here in the top of the 4th, and misses away with it to even the count at 1-1 for the 50th pitch of the evening for Neal. Time called. Neal wants a new baseball. He tosses the old one aside to the Revolution dugout. So a ball and a strike to Andres Rodriguez, the other A-Rod, if you will. 1 for 1 on the night. Neal fires this one. Line to second, down on his knees. Perez, did he catch that on the fly? He did not, but very nearly did. A low liner that looked like it might take a tough hop at second. Moving toward the bag was Perez. But he was able to eat it up, and if he trapped it, he did just barely. Throws to first for good measure. I think they're calling it 4-3 instead of a line out. And quickly 2 up and 2 down here for Matt Neal in the fourth. Bases empty with 2 out. Still a 1-1 ball game as each team with a run in the second. Not much offense to report otherwise. 2 hits for the Bluefish and just the Telvin Nash home run for York. 1-0 the count as Wilson Bautista switch hits and steps in as a lefty against Matt Neal and takes another one downstairs. 2-0 the count. Bautista 0 for 1. Neal struck him out swinging. He has 3 punch-outs tonight and 2 in the second inning. Had 1 in the first. Matt Neal looking for his second 1-2-3 inning of the night. He retired Bridgeport in order in the first, and he should have it. Sky-high fly ball right in front of the plate, all the way up the silo, all the way up the elevator shaft by Wilson Bautista, and jogging in from third and making the catch, calling off Paniagua and Neal, was Brian Pounds. So Bautista pops out. It's indeed a 1-2-3 fourth for Matt Neal. And the Revolution coming up in a 1-1 ball game in the bottom of the fourth when we return on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. Bottom of the fourth inning, it'll be Wilson Valdez, Andres Peterson, and Brandon Boggs, 2, 3, and 4. For the Revolution, due to bat, Valdez 0 for 1, grounded to his counterpart at short, Udi Valdez, back in the first inning. So Wilson Valdez up to 262 with a homer and 37 runs batted in, entering tonight's action, but his batting average overall rather misleading. He's been on a tear of late, and he takes a called strike. 0-1 the count to the Revs shortstop. 0 for 3 with a pair of walks last night, but he's batting .302 in his last 33 games with 14 multi-hit games and 14 stolen bases. So Valdez has been swinging a hot bat pretty much the entire last month, and he takes a called strike and quickly falls behind 0-2. Corey Reardon in his fourth inning of work, and low and in at the shoot tops of Valdez, and the count is 1-2. The righty kicks and deals and swing and a miss. Bottom dropped out, and Valdez on top of it, down on strikes. He's 0 for 2. 1-1 our score, bottom of the fourth, bases empty with 1 out for Andres Perez. He too grounded to Udi Valdez at short to end the first inning. And Corey Reardon has faced just 1 over the minimum here through 3 1/3. The only blemish, the Telvin Nash solo shot to left center field in the second for the only York run. So in steps Andres Perez, the righty. Goes to work here against Reardon with a swing and a foul back to the screen. 0-1 is the count to Perez, 1 for 4, scored a couple times and walked in yesterday's 10-6 dramatic victory over Bridgeport. Perez 4 for 17 on this homestand, but with 2 home runs and 3 RBI. He scored 5 times and walked twice during this homestand. The Revs returned home on Tuesday. He gives this one a ride. The 0-1 pitch lifted deep into right center, but with his heels on the warning track, Wellington Dotel there to make the catch for Bridgeport in right, and Perez retired. So moving right along here, nobody on with 2 out in the bottom of the 4th. With the Bluefish still out hitting the Revolution, 2-1 tonight. Each team with a single run. Brandon Boggs flew out to center to begin the home half of the second. 0 for 1, the switch-hitting lefty steps in against the righty Corey Reardon, and first pitch swinging. Seems to be a theme the first 2 games of this series. He pops it up into shallow left. The shortstop moves over. Yudi Valdez to make the play. So Boggs with the pop-out. And Corey Reardon with another 1-2-3 fourth. He's retired 12 of the 13 batters he's faced tonight in York's lineup. Back in a moment, Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Want to learn to skate? Want to suit up and learn how to play some hockey? Come to the coolest place in town, York Ice Arena. Learn to skate programs are now available for all ages. For every skating ability, kids of all ages will learn how to feel comfortable on ice, how to stand, and perhaps most importantly, how to fall properly. Class levels range from beginner to freestyle, where you'll learn basic jumps, spins, and footwork. Classes are taught by York Ice Arena skating instructors from White Rose Figure Skating Club. No skates? No problem. Skate rental is included in your registration. Or get on the ice for our York Ice Arena hockey programs. York Ice Arena coaches will focus on teaching proper techniques needed for anyone interested in playing hockey. Rental equipment is available for beginning players, both boys and girls. So get on the ice. Learn to skate. Learn to play. Sign up now. Group skating lessons and beginners hockey programs are forming now. Plus, York City residents get a 50% discount. Register today. Go to yorkskate.com and click on program info. York Ice Arena, the coolest place in town.
WellSpan has helped many professional, student, and recreational athletes stay at the top of their game. And they can do the same for you. Our winning team offers everything from concussion management and sports nutrition to physical therapy and more. For more information, call 877-482-5420 or visit wellspan.org/sportsmedicine.
Join me, Steve Zabin, mornings at 6 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Back out to Santander Stadium for the top of the 5th inning, which begins with ball 1 high to Yudi Valdez. Number 7 hitter and shortstop for the Bluefish takes the 1-0 pitch low and outside. 2-0 the count. Valdez with the RBI single in the second to give Bridgeport their only run. It's a 1-1 ball game here. Paul Braverman, glad you could join me for the middle innings tonight. Darrell Henry enjoying a little dinner, and we'll be back in the top of the 6th. 2-0 pitch misses low. 3-0 the count to Yudi Valdez, spelled Jeudy. 3-0. Low and outside, walked him on 4 straight pitches. For the 3rd time tonight, the Bluefish issue a leadoff walk, or reach on a leadoff walk against Matt Neal. So Valdez at first, Luis Rodriguez, Bridgeport catcher, 0 for 1 with a pop out to second, will be next. Valdez held on at first by Telvin Nash. Showing bunt is Rodriguez, the Atlantic League's oldest player at 41. He's been with Bridgeport since the 2009 season, and ball one missing low and away, 1-0 the count. Bluefish with offense at a premium tonight, might be looking to sacrifice, and they will, as showing bunt again. This time Rodriguez gets it down. It pulls Matt Neal off the mound toward first, fields it and throws him out there, but the sacrifice is successful, moving Valdez down to second. So 1-3 on the sac bunt by Rodriguez. And Bridgeport manager Ricky Van Asselberg calling upon Ethan Chapman or Brian Sabatella to deliver a run-scoring hit. Chapman 0 for 1, struck out looking in the second. And Sabatella, the leadoff man, on deck. So we're through Bridgeport's order for the second time tonight. Chapman, the left-handed batter, steps in against Matt Neal. Paniagua sets up inside, and a called strike. Waist high, higher strike, but a strike nonetheless, and Chapman falls behind 0-1. Runner at second, 1 out, 1-1 ball game in the top of the fifth. Paniagua sets up a little outside this time. And Neal deals, low and away. Count even at 1-1 to Chapman. It'll be a 1-1 from the stretch. Neal deals, swing and a miss, 1-2 the count. Chapman, before coming to Bridgeport, was with the Philadelphia Phillies in AAA. That's the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs, and it's so much fun to have certain players run through the gamut of animals that they've played for and represented on their uniform throughout their career. You go from Iron Pigs to Bluefish. And the 1-2 pitch misses outside, and the count is 2-2. And all the ducks, skeeters, rubber ducks, black bears, and chihuahuas in between for some guys. Those are just the ones that I had off the top of my head. It'll be a 2-2, swing and a pop-up, fouled off. Up over the screen and over the press box where we are and out of play. 2-2 the count, as hacking away at a high pitch there was Chapman, but instead of ball three, we'll do it again at 2-2. So Neal got him to chase one up in the zone, but could not catch up with it. The righty fires, and a ground ball to first. Telvin Nash waits on it, hard hit, as he scoops it up and steps on the bag for out number 2. So Nash was able to wait on it and make sure he got his glove down. No problem there. A luxury when the ball is hit that hard on the ground right at you is nothing but making sure the glove is down, nothing fancy required, and he is able to wait on it. And a leisurely jog to first for the unassisted ground out. So Valdez, who worked the leadoff walk and then was sacrificed to second at third with 2 out. So no sac fly available here. It's got to be a base hit from Brian Sabatella. First pitch swinging. The Bluefish left fielder and leadoff man lifts it down the line in right, and Patterson, out of our view, makes the play up against the wall in the Revs bullpen. Eric Patterson chases down a fly ball in foul territory, just has enough room, and Sabatella, first pitch hacking, flies out to end the top of the fifth. It remains a 1-1 ball game. Revs coming up in a moment on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Nobody can turn your backyard into a backyard paradise better than Paradise Landscaping and Hardscaping. The outdoor pros at Paradise offer full outdoor maintenance, landscaping, hardscape design and installation. And when it comes to fall planting, mulching, and cleaning up fallen leaves, you're in luck, Revs fans. Call before September 1st to schedule your fall cleanup and clean up with 10% off. Estimates are free, fully insured. Call 577-6234 or check them out on Facebook. Paradise Landscaping and Hardscaping in York.
Pain doesn't take Sunday off. Neither do we. We're open weekdays 8 to 8 and weekends 9 to 6. Just walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics, 2319 South George Street in York, across from the Apple Hill Health Campus. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today.
It's gonna be another epic year in high school football, and Sports Radio 1350 is ready for kickoff. Tune in every Friday night this fall for the high school football game of the week, presented by Wellspan Sports Medicine. Plus, go to WOIK1350.com for a full breakdown of the teams and the players of the 2015 York Adams League. The high school football game of the week, presented by Wellspan Sports Medicine. Catch the action every Friday night on Sports Radio 1350, online at WOIK1350.com, or download the WOIK mobile app.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Brian Pounds to lead off the bottom of the fifth inning, a 1-1 game. The second of this four-game set against the Bluefish. Right-hander Corey Reardon back to work with 41 pitches. That's all to begin the bottom of the fifth. He's been economical, and he delivers a called strike to Pounds. The Telvin Nash home run in the second, the only blemish against Reardon. And he's retired the last 7 Revolution batters in a row since, and he's retired 12 of 13 tonight, has faced just 1 over the minimum, allowing just the solo shot to Nash, and quickly 2 called strikes to get out ahead of Brian Pounds. The righty rocks back and deals the 0-2, ground ball to second. Waiting on it is Josh Prince. He'll have enough time to get Pounds by several steps at first. 4-3 ground out makes Pounds 0 for 2. Make it 13 of 14 set down for Corey Reardon with 4 strikeouts. Telvin Nash will try to bust up this streak as he did in his previous at-bat, providing the Revolution their only run with a majestic solo shot to the left field alley. And it's a 1-1 ball game. That tied it. Back in the second, here we are with the same score in the fifth. Ball 1 low and away to Nash, 1-0 the count. So Telvin now with 6 home runs since joining the Revolution in late June out of the Houston Astros system. Swing and a miss on the 1-0. 1-1 is the count. Nash has been a home run hitter his whole career. 6 officially with York. But the game that's tied 1-1 after 5 innings, the game suspended by weather in Southern Maryland, that'll be made up next weekend in York's next visit to the Blue Crabs. On September 11th, they'll make that game up before they play the regularly scheduled game. The Revolution's lone run in that game through 5 innings, just like this one, is a Telvin Nash homer, so he'll have at least 7 home runs, unless he hits another between now and then, because he's got a home run just floating out there in space during that suspended game. And he takes a 1-2 pitch down in the dirt to even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bases empty, 1 out. We are square at a run apiece here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Darrell Henry will be back for the top of the 6th. Here's the 2-2, swinging a chopper. It will go foul. Third base side, and we'll do it again, 2-2 to Telvin Nash. He's not all just power, though. Nash, 29 walks in his last 35 games, and he really adjusted his approach at the plate very nicely to get on base more. His first 13 games with York, Telvin Nash did not draw a walk, but he has 29 walks in his last 35 games. Nash with a 1-for-1 effort so far tonight with the home run. He has had 3 consecutive multi-hit games coming into tonight. Nash has 2 hits in each of his last 3 contests, so another knock tonight. He can make that 4 in a row. Reardon deals, 3-2 pitch, and it's downstairs for ball 4. So make it 30 walks in 36 games for Telvin Nash. And the Revolution have a 1-out base runner. Jacob Calderon now, 0 for 1, struck out looking to end the second. So a good matchup here as the free-swinging lefty will step in against the righty Corey Reardon. And anytime the lefty Calderon is up against a right-hander, you're thinking picnic tents. He's given a few a ride here, pulling it down the right field line. From the stretch now with a runner on, Reardon deals, low and away, 1-0 the count. So Telvin Nash dancing around with his counterpart, Andres Rodriguez, down at first. Doubtful that Reardon would worry much about Nash taking off for second. Rodriguez sort of holding him on there. 1-0 pitch popped up out of play, third base side, and into the crowd. 1-1 to the Revolution designated hitter tonight, batting seventh, Jacob Calderon. It'll be a 1-1. Setting up outside is Luis Rodriguez, and framing it up for a called strike on the outer corner is the Bluefish catcher, and Reardon out ahead 1-2 to Calderon. Calderon with RBI in 4 of his last 5 games played. So he's been on a bit of a hot streak, but without a hit on this homestand so far, 0 for 5 and 5 official at-bats, and the 1-2 pitch waved at and missed, struck him out. That's the 5th strikeout, 3 of the swinging variety tonight for Corey Reardon. Telvin Nash still at first after a walk, but 2 outs for Salvador Paniagua. As the Revolution try to break a 1-1 deadlock here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Paniagua was one of those 5 strikeout victims. He went down swinging to begin the bottom of the 3rd. We are here in the 5th in a 1-1 game. First pitch swinging, lines it, and this will get down for a hit into left. Paniagua pulls it to left field and is on with a single. Telvin Nash down to second, and the Revs looking at a 2-out rally here. And it'll be up to Nick Ferdinand now. 0 for 1 with a grounder to short is Ferdinand. Paniagua, the walk-off grand slam last night and the 10-6 victory in the series opener here against Bridgeport, will be the one to go down in history, joining P.J. Rose from July 11th, 2009 as the only walk-off grand slam in Revolution history. But it was Ferdinand's rocket over the big wall in left field that made it a 6-6 game to even get it to that point. His game-tying homer last night may be lost in the shuffle, but no less important as a 4-homer night on a Human night where the ball was carrying last evening for York, as Brandon Boggs and Andres Perez. Brandon Boggs and Telvin Nash last night each homer before Ferdinand tied it and Paniagua won it with the walk-off slam. And Telvin Nash with a homer tonight, so the ball carrying pretty well here as we count down the final days of summer, at least officially, if you subscribe to Labor Day being the last day of summer for all intents and purposes. And the Revolution, after tonight, will have just 9 home games remaining. 0-2 pitch swung on and missed, and Nick Ferdinand down on strikes to end the 5th. The Revolution strand 2 after a Telvin Nash 1-out walk and a Sal Paniagua 2-out single. 6 strikeouts and 2 in that inning in the 5th for Reardon, and it's a 1-1 ball game still going to the top of the 6th. Darrell Henry back in a moment on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
You're running cross country. No one understands how they keep score. Your friends and family don't understand why you do it, but you understand how it makes you feel. So does Flying Feet. Flying Feet. Flying Feet Sports Shoes has been supplying running shoes and apparel to Central PA's best since 1975. Their staff is made up of runners and coaches who understand your pleasures and your pains. If it's running or cross-country related, Flying Feet knows about it. And with the area's best selection of running shoes, running spikes, and running apparel, there's no good reason to shop anywhere else. Worried about prices? Didn't you hear? Flying Feet is a specialty athletic store without specialty store prices. Come see their selection of the best running shoes and spikes for men, women, and children. No matter what your size, your width, or your ability level, Flying Feet has a full line of running apparel and accessories. So run, don't walk, and talk running with a staff who knows. Flying Feet. Flying Feet Sports Shoes, 1511 Mount Rose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83.
I'm Melissa. I teach 10th grade English.
And I'm Melissa when she was in 10th grade at Connections Academy.
That was the year my teachers changed the way I looked at literature.
Our class discussions opened my eyes.
At Connections Academy, the great courses and personal attention really made a difference.
I'm more confident.
My Connections Academy teachers inspired me so much, I became one myself.
I better read faster.
Connections Academy, the tuition-free online public school for grades K through 12. Visit connectionsacademy.com.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Top of the sixth, 1-1 our score. 2, 3, and 4 in the order for Bridgeport here. My thanks to Paul for the last couple of innings. What just happened? Matt Neal was ready to start the inning, ready to start on the mound, and needed a moment. He went behind the mound, put his hands on his knees, and hunched over like something was bothering him. Mason Chong are on their way out. He had motioned Paniagua and the plate on back that he was okay, and Mason Chong will briefly make it out there to make sure, and he says he is fine. So he will start the inning. Not sure what that could have been. Prince a line out to left and a ground ball double play tonight. And Neal's first pitch of the inning is very high. 1 run on 2 hits per side. Neal at 67 pitches beginning the inning. He fires, and it's outside, 2-0. 2, 3, and 4, Prince, Dotel, and Rutherford. Now Neal's going to go to the stretch. The 2-0. Swing and a miss. The cutter. The Revs aren't going to take any chances. They send Bo Vaughn running it down to the bullpen. And they're going to hurry to get him up. The 2-1. Strike. And Prince is called for the go on it. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That was a very quick flinch on the check swing, but it wasn't on the called strike. It was on the swing. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Got him with a slider. Neal strikes him out swinging. And 1 away here in the top of the 6th. And is Neal's 4th K of the night. Our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard. Lancaster hosting Camden tonight. And Lancaster leading 3-2 in the top of the 3rd. Here's Wellington Dotel. First pitch is swung on and missed. And he was swinging out of his shoes. Tried to kill it. He was looking at that arch nemesis when he finished. As Fletch makes his way down to the bullpen to relay something to Bo. Neal stays from the stretch here. The 0-1 and a foul back that bangs in the upper deck. Must be a comfort thing for Neal switching to the stretch. The 0-2 way high with a fastball. Dotel is struck out and grounded out. On the stretch and the 1-2 and a foul back into the net. And a slider up, but got away with it on that foul tip. He fires and tried to tie him up in. Dotel started the turn but held as they appeal down to first base. Elsewhere tonight, Somerset and Sugar Land scoreless in the bottom of the 2nd inning in Texas. Southern Maryland up 1-0 at Long Island in the 5th. The 2-2 and a breaking ball tipped foul right by Dotel's feet in the batter's box. 2-2. And Neal still out of the stretch. He lifts, fires, and a swing and a soft tapper at hit Dotel's foot. And then rolls foul partway to their dugout. That was foul off the foot. 2-2 it holds. Bo continues to get ready, but Neal continues to work. Not sure what the concern was at the beginning of the inning, but he stays in. And now delivers. Swing and a miss. Got him reaching in the dirt. Paniagua blocks and applies the tag. And back-to-back strikeouts to begin the sixth. That's his fifth strikeout of the night. 2 down in the inning. Take a look at our WellSpan Sports Medicine injury report. Revs with Ian Durham and Brad Bergeson out with the elbow injuries, and Anthony LaRue with the broken leg. It's your WellSpan Sports Medicine injury report. Neal stays from the stretch, facing C.J. Rutherford, who pops the first one way up. Paniagua looking, Neal racing in, and they all lose sight of it. It lands on the warning track, on just angled toward the third base side behind home plate. It was straight up above the lights. Paniagua turned. He was looking straight up, couldn't locate it. Neal did, and he came sprinting in, either to try to help point it out or make a play. Pounds two. But as it finally came down, it was left with all three of them losing sight of it. They all lost it above the lights. It's a strike on Rutherford. The 0-1 is up high. Rutherford led off the second with a walk and scored. And grounded out in the fourth. 1-1 here in the sixth inning. And Neal with the 1-1 pitch. Fastball, it's a called strike. I believe John Harrington thought it was 2 strikes and he went to ring him up, but then whoops, he went into the second strike call. The pitch, swing and a miss. There's strike 3. Matt Neal strikes out the side in order in the top of the sixth. He gets Rutherford one-arming at a slider away, and Neal sets him down 1-2-3 on K's. We go to the bottom of the sixth inning, still tied 1-1.
Hi, this is Tom Dasher, president of Tom Dasher Investment Services. I specialize in retirement planning and strategies to meet individual personal goals. Whether you are looking for wealth accumulation or to maximize your retirement income. Oh, heck, this is sounding just like another commercial. Hey, listen, it's this simple. We use risk-free investment vehicles, whether you are looking to still build wealth accumulation or you want retirement income or a combination of both. It is all about getting your money parked in the place that will benefit you the most. If you want to do that, call me. My office number is 246-3879, or my mobile is 487-2096, or contact me at my new website at tomdasher.com.
Revolution!
Sure, you're counting down to kickoff, but there's plenty of baseball left this summer. The York Revolution have 14 home games in September, and it's easy for you to be there with the September 6-pack. 6 tickets for any remaining game at Santander Stadium this season, 2 parking passes, and a free $10 food card for ballpark treats. A savings of 25% over box office prices, plus $10 in free food, so head to YorkRevolution.com to purchase your September 6-pack. As Yogi Berra would say, baseball season ain't over till it's over.
An invasive pest that's already killed millions of ash trees is bearing down on our communities. The emerald ash borer, or EAB, means certain death for every ash tree it infects. The good news is that you can protect your property's ash trees with help from Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. Our EAB prevention methods are effective, environmentally safe, and less costly than removing your dead tree, which is the only alternative to prevention. Learn more at heritagelawnandlandscape.com.
All about local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Bottom of the sixth, Eric Patterson first pitch swinging. He comes up empty. Top of the order facing Corey Reardon for the third time tonight. Here's the 0-1. And it misses Down low on Patterson, who's batted twice and has grounded out both times. 1 run on 2 hits for both teams. It's the 1-1 pitch. Curveball, it bends across for a strike. The 1-2. And a swing and a miss. Got him on a fastball at 91. And there's one away as Reardon collects his 7th strikeout. On our Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care home run contest, we do have a winner tonight, thanks to Telvin Nash in the 2nd inning. And that is Karen Smagala O'Brien. Karen, congratulations. You win a prize pack courtesy of the Revs and Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. I have a feeling you know what to do, but we'll say it anyway. Stop by the Apple Chevrolet ticket office at your convenience. Here's Wilson Valdez, who looks at a strike over the outer edge. Valdez, a ground out and a strikeout tonight. Reardon winds, fires, swung on, poked on the ground to second base. Prince creeps to his left, scoops it up, lobs it over to first. And there's 2 down. And here comes Andres Perez. Reardon, in his last start, a complete game 6-hit shutout against Lancaster. He's won back-to-back starts. The one before that, he went 8 innings, 2 runs against Long Island, so he's been pitching very well. First pitch to Dre is swung on, tip foul off the leg of Luis Rodriguez, the catcher. No balls, 1 strike. Dre, a ground out and a deep fly out. Now, Reardon's gone 8 and 9 in his last 2 starts, giving up 2 and 0. 1 run thus far tonight. He deals, and a curveball hooks in for a strike. His season high in strikeouts, 11 against York on the 4th of July. He went 7 innings, giving up 1 run in that game, the only time that they've faced him before tonight. Now deals, and in the dirt, skips away. That got a piece of Rodriguez, I believe, on his bare hand. It's only the 68th pitch of the night for Reardon. Pitch to Perez, it's down low, and he holds off. 2 balls and 2 strikes. At first meeting, Brian Pounds had an RBI single against Reardon for the only run they scored against him. Here's the wind, the pitch. Breaking ball low, snuck by Rodriguez, a full count. He was in Taiwan for a time this season and came back. He pitched in Korea last year. Pitch swung on and hammered foul as Perez yanks it over the seats in left field. The hop corner. Right past the lights and onto Arch Street. Now the wind, another 3-2. And called third strike. A delayed call. I was about to say he just missed low, but Harrington dropped back into his strike 3 call. And no argument from Dre. He's rung up on the 8th strikeout of the night from the Bridgeport starter. A 1-2-3 6th inning for him. And we will move to the 7th tonight. The Revs and the Bluefish still tied at 1.
Broadway transmission? I don't know how they do it.
We've been in business for 60 years at the same location.
I don't know how they do it.
It's our long-term nationwide warranties.
Oh, and don't forget our online appointment scheduling.
I still don't know how they do it.
They towed my van at no cost with my repair.
It's our ATRA certified technicians. Don't forget the good-looking genius in the office.
Come on, man. I know they helped me with financing. Still, with my bad credit, I don't know how they do it.
I did my research and felt comfortable that Broadway is a AAA approved specialty repair shop. I showed my AAA card and saved some hard-earned cash.
I was happy to get a $100 rebate in the mail after the job was done.
I sure don't know how they do it, but I do know they get it done, and they get it done right.
Broadway Transmission. We'll get your shift together and back on the road fast. Check us out on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
WellSpan has helped many professional, student, and recreational athletes stay at the top of their game. And they can do the same for you. Our winning team offers everything from concussion management and sports nutrition to physical therapy and more. For more information, call 877-482-5420 or visit wellspan.org/sportsmedicine.
For local sports on your smartphone, search WOIK at the App Store.
Head of the 7th, it's a 1-1 game. And Matt Neal, who they had some concern for at the beginning of last inning, struck out the side in order in the 6th. He'll come back on for the 7th. Andres Rodriguez to lead off. Neal at 84 pitches. And his first offering here is in the dirt. Revs continue to have bullpen activity. And I am assuming that it would still be Bo. Tucked away down in the corner. Here's the 1-0. And a swing and a pop foul. This will come back, out of play. Rodriguez 1 for 2. He's singled in the 2nd. And hit a line drive that Perez laid out for and made a short hop pick for what turned out to be a ground out in the 4th. The 1-1 ground ball toward third, just foul. As Pounds went hustling after it, Warren Nicholson had to sidestep out of the way and make the call. Just outside of the line and down toward the corner. 1-2, hit sharply. Rodriguez wields a powerful bat. He's 6'5", 260. They got the whole song in during that foul ball. Nicely done, guys. Here's the stretch. Neal still from the stretch. Fires. And a swing and a poke on a line to right. Coming in is Patterson, and it hangs up for him. Rodriguez reached and served it the other way. A line out that hangs in right, and Patterson comes in to catch it. 1 up, 1 down. 1-1 our score. Here's Wilson Batista, who has struck out and popped up. Neal with the pitch, and that's right there for a strike. The wind, the 0-1. And a ground ball towards second, backhanded by Dre. He'll plant, he's got time, makes the throw. 2 up, 2 down. Perez in there at second tonight, his former everyday position in York. And on that ground ball, went to his right, backhanded. And with Batista running, he didn't have to rush it, had time to plant and get his feet set. Perez making his 10th start of the season at second base. And with 2 down, here is Yudi Valdez, who had an RBI single in the second, walked in the 5th. Neal will try to get him for the first time, and he pumps him with a first pitch strike. A run on 2 hits for both teams. The 0-1 and a ground ball to first. Right there is Nash. He gobbles it up and steps on the bag to end the inning. It hit sharply and low to the ground, but Nash gloving it just outside of his left foot. A 1-2-3 frame. Vonnie Grimes makes his way to the field. He'll perform the 7th inning stretch on harmonica as we go to the bottom of the 7th, tied at 1.
Maple Donuts knows that there comes a point in every kid's summer when the feeling of unfettered freedom begins to fold up faster than a picnic blanket at the first drop of an unexpected summer storm. Charlie and his Maple Donuts team understand that all too soon, lazy mornings on the sofa, splashing in the pool, and weeknight sleepovers will be replaced by bus stops, backpacks, and morning announcements. But Maple Donuts says there's a bright side to the first day of school, kids. Because when you stumble into the kitchen that first morning, chances are you'll be greeted by Mom, enjoying her cup of Maple Donuts' famous coffee and sitting next to a back-to-school tradition, a box of Maple Donuts. And somewhere buried in that box, hand-picked by Mom from Maple Donuts' 58 varieties, you may find that, yes, summer is over, but another school year may not be so bad after all. So for every kid coming to grips with going back to school, we say thanks, Mom. And thank you, Maple Donuts.
Maple Donuts taste right.
Joel's Painting and Contracting is a proud sponsor of the York Revolution. They are also a partner in the maintenance of Santander Stadium. Joel's Painting and Contracting is the highest rated painting company in York and Lancaster County. Now is the time to call for great deals on all of your interior and exterior projects. A community partner with thousands of happy clients. Hit a home run of Joel's Painting and schedule an appointment today or give them a call at 717-471-4273. That's 717-471-4273 for Joel's Painting and Contracting.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Bottom of the 7th, Brandon Boggs leads off, takes a curveball strike. Middle third of the order facing Reardon, who has dealt. Tied at 1. The righty deals, and a curveball tumbles low. Third time through the order, maybe we see more curveballs from him. There's the wind and the 1-1. Swung on, line to right field. Dotel going back, jumps up, and it one hops up and over. Past Cannonball Charlie. It's a leadoff ground rule double, just the 3rd hit of the night for the Revs, and the 5th combined in this game. And in a 1-1 tie, the go-ahead run is at second to lead things off. Boggs put a charge into it. Dotel went back. He leaped, but could not get leather on it. And it bounced right over the cannon wheel. And here's Brian Pounds. Reardon only at 75 pitches. Corners come in. Pounds squares, pulls back, and it's a ball low. He doesn't get asked to do this a whole lot. But in a tie game, he will try to move the leadoff double to third base. Here's the stretch. Corners come walking in. Pounds pulls back, and a strike is called over the outer edge. Talvin Nash is on deck. Calderon would follow him. Reardon, a former 6th-round pick of the Rockies in 07, made it as high as AAA. Played at Fordham University. A 1-1 swinging, and Pounds fouls it. A curveball out of play, off to the right. It's got the Houston Texans logo on his video board shot. The 1-2. And a line drive, right field, base hit. Dotel fakes the catch. Boggs can only go to third. It was hit so hard, but it's first and third with nobody out. Behind in the count, and Pounds comes through with the big hit. Ripped it the other way. Hit hard on one hop. Dotel on it quickly. And Wise to hold Boggs, but they are set up with first and third. And Telvin Nash will stand in. Luis Rodriguez giving some instruction to his infield. I guess looked like he was saying pay attention to Pounds. Here's Nash. He's had a nice night. First pitch, curveball is smacked foul. Polo has to hurdle it. As Nash was out in front. He homered to left center in the second for the Revs' lone run, and then walked in the fifth. Here's the stretch from Reardon. The 0-1 swung on, tapped softly, foul down to Polo. There is no activity in the Bluefish bullpen. This is Reardon's game, at least at this point in the seventh inning. Has given up one run in 15 innings his last two starts, including tonight. Looks in, he's set. The 0-2, swinging a foul tip, ouch. That was off speed and up, and Nash foul tipped it. It changed direction pretty significantly and got a piece of Rodriguez, but he is okay. Revs looking for some late inning magic again here in the seventh inning. This would qualify. Coming into this inning, each team had just 2 hits all night. The Revs with a double and a single to begin things here. Reardon looks in, comes set. A 1-2. Just missed. Down and away. Good night. That was close, 2-2, and I couldn't tell on Harrington's first move if he was going to call it or not. Now Reardon's checking on something. He wants to know what the count is. Now they're signaling one, and isn't it 2-2? It's 2-2. They just signaled 1-2 down on the field. Here's the pitch to Nash. Curveball, swing and a miss. As he slams the knob of his bat down. One away here in the bottom of the seventh. The 9th strikeout of the night from the Bridgeport righty. Jacob Calderon, who has been struck out twice, will stand in next. Tied at 1. They had to stop Boggs at third on Pound's single. He is still there, representing the go-ahead run. Here's the stretch from Reardon. First offering, curveball, bends across for a strike. Boy, he gets in trouble. He really relies on that hook. Not giving him anything straight to hit in this first and third situation. Here's the stretch, the 0-1, swing and a miss. There was a fastball, but he located it on the very corner or just off. And now he's ahead 0-2. You'd hate to see it come down to 2 outs and have the pressure put on the Revs. Paniagua is on deck. The 0-2. Swung on, he fouls it off, third base side. Calderon looking to battle. Another 0-2. Swing and a miss. Got him on a fastball. Back-to-back strikeouts with first and third. That's Reardon's 10th of the night. Fastball at 91 that he swings through. Gets him for the third time of the game. It'll come down to Paniagua here in the 7th inning. If the Revs are to turn this opportunity into a go-ahead run. Paniagua, a strikeout and a single. And the first pitch swung on and grounded to second base sharply and right at Prince. He'll throw to first and the inning's over. My goodness. First and third with nobody out, and they are unable to break this tie. And a very significant missed opportunity in the bottom of the 7th. No runs, 2 hits, 2 men left. We'll go to the 8th, still tied at 1.
Providing quality services efficiently and in a timely manner to its clients is the mission of the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins. GSLSC is equipped to handle any real estate transactions, leases, residential and commercial real estate settlements, zoning issues, and all matters involving municipalities. They are also experienced in the formation and operation of family real estate ventures that are tax sensitive to the needs of the investors. Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins is an approved title insurance agency and can provide you with title insurance and legal representation at one low cost when buying a home or investment property. Don't risk any real estate settlement without an experienced real estate attorney from the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins at your side. Phone 717-757-7602. They've been handling residential and commercial real estate matters in South Central Pennsylvania for more than 50 years. With mortgage interest rates at an all-time low, now is the time to buy or refinance. Phone 717-757-7602 today or visit their website, gslsc.com.
Revolution!
Sure, you're counting down to kickoff, but there's plenty of baseball left this summer. The York Revolution have 14 home games in September, and it's easy for you to be there with the September 6-pack. 6 tickets for any remaining game at Santander Stadium this season, 2 parking passes, and a free $10 food card for ballpark treats. A savings of 25% over box office prices, plus $10 in free food, so head to YorkRevolution.com to purchase your September 6-pack. As Yogi Berra would say, baseball season ain't over till it's over.
York Sports on your mobile device or online at WOYK1350.com.
Revs really missed an opportunity there in the 7th inning. First and third, no outs. 2 strikeouts and a ground out from Reardon. So we stay tied at 1 as we head to the 8th. And Bo will take over. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. 8, 9, and 1 due up for Bridgeport. And Bo will make sure everybody's set behind him. And ready to work. He's been up for a couple of innings in the bullpen. First pitch is over for a strike on Luis Rodriguez. He's popped up and dropped down a sac bunt tonight. 0-1, and a slider curls away. For Bo, he is making the 99th appearance of his Revs career tonight. 1-1, swing and a miss, fastball in on Rodriguez's hands. Bo ranking 8th in team history in total appearances, his 3rd year with the team. He's ready, the 1-2. And it's way outside, a slider. Matt Neal, terrific tonight. It'll be a no decision. 7 innings, 1 run on 2 hits. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Got him on a slider away. And one down to begin the 8th. We'll pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Revolution Radio.
First in York, first in sports. Your only local sports station. The new Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, York, Pennsylvania.
One down. Here is Ethan Chapman. First pitch from Bo is in for a strike. Our attendance tonight, 4,659. It's just relayed to us here in the booth. The 0-1, and that's down low. Chapman, a strikeout and a ground out tonight. The K-man, and he took care of that early. Bo, the 1-1. And a broken bat looper at second. Perez comes in, and he's got it. Catches it on the fly on the edge of the infield grass. Broken bat brought to you by Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. Matt, do you have an ash tree? You don't? Well, if you did, then you would have an emerald ash borer problem. Did you have one? Did EAB kill it? It did. It killed it. See, you should have called Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. Visit heritagelawnandlandscape.com. Now you know. They can do it all for you. Here's Brian Sabatella at the top of the order as Bo misses down and in. Sabatella 0 for 2 tonight with a walk out of their leadoff spot. The 1-0, and that one rides inside as well. Reardon got himself out of that 7th inning. It looks like he's still in the game. Nobody throwing for them here in the 8th. Here's the 2-0, and that's over for a strike. Two-1, swinging a foul tip into Paniagua's mitt. Bo tied him up with the two-seamer in. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Everything he throws moves one way or the other. 2-2. Swung on and fouled back against the net. Bo ready again, delivers, and a swing and a foul again. Back out of play, slider. Bo getting a set for the fantasy football draft tomorrow night. He's the commissioner. He got the 3rd pick in his own league. Scarpetta got the 1st. Here's a foul back off the netting. Why can't I remember who got second? It's completely slipping my mind. I'm 8th. I have 8th. Oh, Mike Urich got second. Here's a cue ball foul over by the Revs dugout. I'm 8th. Ray is 9th. Somebody's 10th. Another 2-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. Went down low, and Sabatella strikes out swinging. A 1-2-3, top of the 8th for Bo. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Revs and Bluefish still tied at 1.
Whether it's for sport, protection, or recreation, Spar Firearms is the best place to go for all of your firearm needs. With a large selection of new and used firearms, Spar carries an array of brands, as well as ammo and other accessories. Whether you're an avid collector, sharpshooting expert, hunter, or weekend enthusiast, Spar Firearms provides everything you need no matter your experience. For the best in convenience, selection, and customer service, visit Spar Firearms, 6108 Carlisle Pike in Mechanicsburg, and online at sparfirearms.com.
Turn this on.
The Rich Eisen Show.
He is unbelievable.
Rich Eisen.
Let's go to the phone lines. They are lit. Catherine in South Carolina, can I help you?
Yes, I am having emotional distress.
Don't.
I'm going to sue the Jones family.
Don't.
This is crazy. It's the most stupid, idiotic thing. The Jones are screwing this up. And I am sick. I've left work. I'm nauseous. He's strung us out on DeMarco.
Well, what about the idea that anybody could run behind that offensive line? Catherine, you don't buy that one?
DeMarco is family. He and Tony and Jason do everything together. He's family. I just started to be a Cowboys fan again, and happiness has just plunged to despair. What the Jones has done to my emotional state, they should be sued.
Don't go litigious on me here, okay?
This is the Rich Eisen Show.
Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports. First in York, first in sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Tied at 1 as Nick Ferdinand leads off the bottom of the 8th, then takes a strike from Reardon. They are guarding the line at third with Batista. Here's the 0-1 to Nick, and it's off the plate away. The 8th inning is when he did his damage, tying the game last night. Tonight, a ground out and a K. He's representing the Eagles on the video board. The 1-1 swung on, popped him up. First baseman Andres Rodriguez in foul ground, approaching the Revs dugout. He reaches and made the catch. He was nonchalant a little bit toward it, as though he thought that it wasn't going to be that far over by the dugout, but kind of came down with a fade, and he had to reach at the last instant and plucked it right over the railing and hung on to it. Thought there on the descent that Ferdinand had a chance to stay alive there. Here's Eric Patterson at the top of the order. 2 ground outs and a K. And Reardon's pitch swung on and missed. A changeup. Bluefish do have some bullpen activity. Right-hander Scott Schumann is up. The Revs have Stephen Penny up. Last inning, a leadoff double from Boggs. They could not score him, even when Pounds followed with a single. They had first and third, still no outs, but Reardon retired the next 3. It's the 0-1, and a curveball misses high. The 1-1 pitch, and that's down low. By the way, I completely dropped the ball. I meant to mention this. I totally slipped my mind that Matt Neal's celebrating his birthday today. I mentioned that earlier this week and had every intention to do so heading into the night. Here's a line drive toward the corner and right. Gone! It carries out of here! Eric Patterson, a line drive home run! Onto the porch in right. Right down the line, and had just enough height. And more late inning magic for the Revs here at Santander Stadium. 2-1, they take the lead. Patterson's 10th of the year. And it breaks the tie 2-1 here in the 8th. A line drive, it was gone in an instant. And here's Valdez as he swings, chops a foul toward third. The Revs with their first lead of the night, and it comes here in the bottom of the 8th. 10th of the year, a low liner that just cleared into the front of the picnic porch in right down the line. Now what's wrong? What is the problem now? There is some discrepancy. Polo, Wilson Batista, they're both upset about something. And the third base ump and plate ump getting together to talk about this. The ball was in foul territory, and Polo was the one that picked it up. I don't know what the issue is here. The Bluefish wanted something. I don't know if they wanted some kind of interference, if they thought that Valdez, did they think he touched it a second time in fair territory? I have no idea what that was all about. We're baffled up here. Well, they're not happy. No balls, 1 strike. Pitch to Valdez, a fastball over for strike 2. That cloud of smoke from Patterson's shot still hovering in right field. Love that sight. Reardon the windup, the 0-2. Breaking ball, chopped to shortstop. Valdez charging, throws it away. And our Valdez is safe. And our Valdez is heading to second base as it gets lodged under the seats in the Revs bullpen. It's an infield hit and a throwing error on Eudy Valdez. Got some explanation on that argument. Polo was saying that time had been called because a ball got loose from Bridgeport's bullpen and that there should have been no pitch on the first one to Valdez, but he ends up on base anyway. It's an infield hit, a throwing error on Eudy Valdez, who charged and attempted to make the difficult play. And now the Revs with an insurance run at second base, only 1 out in the inning. Andres Perez, the hitter. Another ball loose from their bullpen. All the way into home plate this time. Revs a pair of solo home runs tonight. 1 early, 1 late for a 2-1 lead here in the 8th inning. Here's Dre. First pitch is swung on and popped foul, backing out of play. Patterson gives them 4 in double figures in homers, his 10th. Liner right down the line. And more late game magic here at home for York. Reardon checks back, the 0-1. Swung on and launched high in the air and left. Sabatella was deep, he'll come in. And he'll squeeze it for the second out. That was in on Perez, who tried to stay short to it and pull it to left, but he got under it. 2 down in the inning. Brandon Boggs to the plate. Looking to provide York with insurance. They had Penny up, and I believe he still is, even though Mike DeMarc is going to be working 9th innings for the most part, it looks like. He did pitch last night. Here's Boggs. First offering is a curveball. It hovers over for a strike. Boggs 1 for 3. We thought that the Revs had the makings of breaking the tie last inning when he led off with a double, but was stranded. There's the 0-1. And a cutter started away, came over for a strike. No balls, 2 strikes the count. Revs a 2-1 lead. Bridgeport in the 9th inning will have 2, 3, and 4 in their order due up. Here's the stretch, the 0-2. Swing and a miss on a fastball away. And Corey Reardon has finished 8 innings tonight on his 105th pitch. But Eric Patterson with the line drive into the corner and right for the go-ahead homer. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error, and 1 left. It'll be Penny coming in As we go to the 9th, it's the Revs 2 and the Bluefish 1.
Payne doesn't take Sunday off. Neither do we. We're open weekdays 8 to 8 and weekends 9 to 6. Just walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics, 2319 South George Street in York, across from the Apple Hill Health Campus. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today.
It's gonna be another epic year in high school football, and Sports Radio 1350 is ready for kickoff. Tune in every Friday night this fall for the high school football game of the week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Plus, go to WOIK1350.com for a full breakdown of the teams and the players of the 2015 York Adams League. The high school football game of the week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Catch the action every Friday night on Sports Radio 1350, online at WOIK1350.com, or download the WOIK mobile app.
I'm Brandon. I'm an EMT.
And I'm Brandon. When he was in 8th grade.
With Dad's job, we moved around a lot.
So I went to school online at Connections Academy.
Virtual education was more flexible, and I learned to think independently.
I got way organized.
That paid off junior year when I started going to high school here in town, and it's paying off now.
Whoa, you look cool in that uniform.
I know, right? We look cool.
Connections Academy, the tuition-free online public school for grades K through 12. Visit connectionsacademy.com.
Your county, your teams. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK. First in York, first in sports.
Top of the 9th, Revs lead it 2-1 as Stephen Penny comes in. He was up when the game was tied in the 8th inning, and they'll send him out there looking for the save. He's going for his 4th of the year. It's his 50th appearance of the season for the Revs all-time leader, 214th all-time with York. 4-4, a 3.11 ERA for the year. And Josh Prince will lead things off. 2, 3, and 4 due up. Dotel and Rutherford due to follow. The Revs up by a run. Penny set. And his first pitch of the night is over for a called strike. Fireworks after the game tonight. Over 4,600 on hand this evening. Penny stretches the 0-1 splitter in the dirt as it deflects off Paniagua's glove. Revs are also looking for win number 600 all time tonight. 1-1 swung on, fouled back, really tied him up. Fastball in on him. And the count 1-2. Prince a line out to left, a ground ball double play, and a strikeout tonight. Penny the stretch. The 1-2. Strike 3 called. He got him looking. Fastball up at the top of the zone, and Penny freezes Prince to begin the 9th. One away. Reardon had 11 strikeouts. The Revs combined to have their 9th of the night. And here's Wellington Dotel. He leads the league in triples. Revs will play the outfield very deep, trying to cut down anything that's in a gap. Tight to the lines in the infield as well as Penny pours the first strike across. On our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard, Lancaster trails Camden 4-3 in the bottom of the 5th. Stretch from Penny, the 0-1. Swung on, tip foul right at the plate. That was the splitter, and Dotel could only get a piece. 0-2. Dotel tonight, 2 Ks and a ground out in between. Penny stares in. He's set. The 0-2. Splitter down and away. Dotel laying off that one. Now the stretch and the 1-2. Swung on, grounded to first. Nash knocks it down. Pitt can't pick it up. Dotel's safe. Tying runs on. It'll be an error on Nash at first base. A ground ball. It took a bit of an in-between hop. He knocked it down initially, and with a clean pickup, would have had time. Tried to pick it up with his bare hand, though. It slipped away from him. And then when he reached back for it a second time, it slipped even further away. Never could get the flip to Penny. And Dotel is on base. Now the tying run on Dotel, who leads the league with 40 steals. It's been thrown out 9 times. C.J. Rutherford, the hitter. And Penny, the pitch. And a swing and a pop foul out over the third base side and out of play. Rutherford playing in his 3rd game with Bridgeport after playing in Mexico earlier this season. Tonight he walked and scored in the 2nd, then grounded out and struck out in the 4th and 6th, respectively. 1 on, 1 out. Dotel a little bigger lead. And the 0-1 swung on, popped up in the infield. Nash at first base, into foul territory by a couple of steps. He's got it. And that's out number 2. Two down here in the top of the 9th. And Penny will face Andres Rodriguez. Rodriguez singled in the 2nd. Lined into a short hop ground out in the 4th, and lined out to right in the 7th. Penny trying to wrap it up. Revs lead it 2-1 here in the top of the 9th. Rodriguez hitting .390 his last 10 coming in. First pitch is swung on, fouled back. He jammed him on the fastball. No balls, 1 strike. The stretch. The 0-1 splitter missed away. That one darted off the plate as it approached. Fairly close. Now Penny ready. The 1-1. Swung on and tapped foul. He really got in Rodriguez, kitchen on that fastball. 1-2 as he looks to finish it off. Revs looking to take the first 2 in this series and win their 600th all time. 1-2 with 2 outs in the 9th. Fans come to their feet as Penny toes the rubber. He's got his sign. The 1-2 missed outside a fastball. Now the stretch. Outfield stays deep. The 2-2. Swinging a bouncer foul down the third base side. Trying to come in on Rodriguez again. 2-2 it stays. Dotel on at first. He had reached on an error. He's the tying run. Penny ready again. Another 2-2. Strike three called. He got him looking. Game over. Win number 600 in York Revolution history. And another one in their final at-bat offensively. Stephen Penny with the save, his 4th of the year. And the Revs win it 2-1. More late inning magic here tonight, and they take the first 2 of this series, their 600th win all time as a franchise. As they continue their push here in the month of September, and for the second straight night, they've done their part. First 2 wins of the series belong to York. Tonight, another thriller. And this time they close it out on the mound with Penny notching the strikeout, looking to end it. Rodriguez had a few things to say. All the Revs had to say was lining up in the infield as they slap hands for the 600th time in team history. Now 30-24 in the second half. And a winning record on this current homestand with 2 games to go. Penny the save. He works around the 1-out error, strands the tying run. And Eric Patterson's 8th inning homer breaking the tie. That is the difference. Another thrilling and dramatic 1-run win for the Revs tonight, who improved to 13-4 in 1-run games at home. And 21-11 in games decided in the final at bat. Getting set for fireworks here. And the Revs a 2-1 win here on a Saturday night at Santander Stadium in front of an energetic crowd here at home. Another banner night for the Revs here in their home park. 2-1 is your final. Stay tuned. Post-game show follows next.